So, I I did not. When I say I didn't want to do this, I mean that I've known this for a long time, and I was gonna keep my mouth shut, but after cruising around here and looking at some of these god awful videos on here on this fucking site, I'm really pissed off. Okay, I'm really pissed off. I mean, none of us sit here and attack fucking ideologies that are like totally compatible with ours. Uh, I mean, the whole point is supposed to be for us to find a way to work together, right? Right? I mean, that's the whole point of anarchism, right? That you know, social and political social and individual interests being one, right? The same thing. And we realize this, right? So why the fuck do I see all these goddamn videos railing against fucking shit like private property and individual rights when we're all supposed to agree on that shit? Why the fuck do I see these disingenuous videos? How many more goddamn fat slobs wearing a Ron Paul shirt can you fucking find, huh? Okay, you want to ask somebody who really understands it. Well, then fucking ask them. Don't goddamn parse their fucking words, and don't use fucking somebody else's words to your own bullshit and means. That's crap. That's disingenuous. That is not that doesn't result in a better understanding. That just results in proselytizing for your own goddamn point of view. This shit I see on here about social anarchists being in favor of things like freedom of speech, which they're not. Being in favor of fuck. I can't even think of anything else right now. I'm fucking mad. Um, this question gets brushed aside every time it's asked. Oh, well, how do we keep certain people quiet? You can tell some of the younger socialists get it. They get that they're not, they get that this ideology involves suppression of ideas and involves suppression of, that you don't question what actual property is. That you just keep in mind, oh, everything's communally owned or some bullshit. Which there's no way to communally own things other than having a state. And when you're other than unless you're talking about small scale, and that's what anarchism is about. Um, so I guess it doesn't surprise me that when um, people who would violently attack those who don't agree with them, to parse people's words and to use them out of context and with intentional misdefinitions and intentional misunderstandings, exploiting popular misunderstandings of concepts like libertarianism. Just going off, just calling libertarianism tyranny, and that's enough. Um, yeah, that works, doesn't it? Yeah, because that's what we think. Yeah, we're fucking Hitler, right? So many of us are fucking Stalinists and shit. Like, that that's totally compatible with any libertarian. Haven't you heard? Fuck you, man. Fuck that. Fuck this. When I sit there and I listen to fucking these social anarchists sit there and talk about freedom of speech, it really gets me. You know, I've known. All right, I know what the fuck you social anarchists do. All right, you don't think I mean, like, You don't think I'm aware of, your little events and rallies that you've done? Yeah, I know. I know what's happened in my own fucking town too, okay? I know things about people around here, okay? But you know what? I keep fucking my mouth shut on it because we're all supposed to be working together, and it's not my intent to slander anyone, but it's apparently the social anarchists' intent to slander people. Okay, it's apparently their intent to make people look like fools and to try their hardest to make anything that they perceive as um, counter-revolutionary as being anything they see as having the potential to squash their perfect little world vision or whatever. And apparently somehow private property, this concept that you own things that you control, presents some kind of threat to them. I don't know how me being able to feed my son and my wife presents a threat to a social anarchist, but I guess that's all in their head. Um, and that seems to be what their problem is with other that and they don't even, this is what really gets me about them, is that they don't even attack the real foundations of authority in the current society. Instead instead they attack those people in this society who advocate for it mistakenly, rather than going and trying to convince them, or trying to have some kind of a dialogue. No, they'd rather show up and throw rocks and start riots, and what really gets me is that these same people that they're screaming at, that they're bashing skulls in, that they're starting a fucking riot over, are socialists too. They're socialists too. Nazi just means National Socialist. It's your ideology fleshed out to reality. That's what you believe. And this, this is what really gets me. If you were to sit down and fucking talk to those people and fucking listen to them, you'd hear the same fucking thing you're saying. So what if they say white people? Yeah, okay, yeah, they only want to protect white people because they know that the blacks will just take care of themselves and everyone will just take care of themselves. And if you don't think so, you must have never been in prison, have you? Because I have, and I damn well know what my place is and who will take care of who. Wait until you see how people behave when they're put in a cage before you fucking react. If you don't know how human beings act and behave when they're put into a fucking cage, then you don't fucking know. One of the this is the, and this is why I take an interest in somebody like Stodels, because I'm convinced that we're not so different. I know we're not, because I've talked to like-minded people and I'm amazed at how much we have in common, at how much we agree on, except for some stupid little petty, what I see as being petty, clothes, the border stuff, and you know, um, just immigration seems to be our largest disagreement. Um, Other than that, it's the same fucking thing, and the socialist attacks of it are, or the anarcho-socialist attacks of it are really just an attempt at suppression of freedom of speech. Nothing more.